Okay, so Run Tavernquest. It is a 10 out of 10 game. No doubts about it. The writing, joke, the concept, it's perfect. The concept is you, it's a text-based adventure game, but instead of you being the player, you're the DM. You get choices, or like multiple choices, for this guy named Steve. And what's happening to him. It's 10 out of 10. It's got a lot more in depth than it seems it is, like, on the Steam store. And it's only had like 100 concurrent players, and that's why I'm like trying to get this video to be made faster, so I can be the one to spotlight it. No, I'm kidding. But like, it's really good. Really. The one problem I have with it is the narrator is just an AI voice or whatever, and like you can tone it down. I just tone it down in my own voice acting, which is good for YouTube, but still, it's good. This video isn't gonna be an in-depth review. It's just gonna be a playthrough of the first act, and then I have the second act done and recorded. I'm gonna make that a second episode, and then I'll finish it up. Whatever was after that, whatever. Well, not acts, but they're episodes. But yeah, I'll just finish it off later if you're interested. And they're all gonna be spoilers because it's a text-based adventure game. Or it's still multiple choice, but it's still got a general gist. So if you don't want to check it out immediately, watch it, check it out in my video, and then go get it, because it's 10 out of 10 game, no matter what. I don't care which It was so fun. Like, even, like, not saying there's a lot of, there was a running gag of not a running gag, but there was a little gag there about too long of descriptions, and, like, they described a table for 10 minutes, and it was 10 out of 10. It was just insane. It created jokes for the rest of the act. In Act 2, it was just perfect. Like, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Play it, go play it. It's like $11 on sale right now. I got it while I was at work yesterday, just thinking like I'll buy a bullshit game right now. Fuck it, I'm bored. And like 10 out of 10 peak. It's absolute cinema. It's absolute cinema. So watch the video, go check it out. Whatever. Alright, so first things first. I'm gonna try to make a new series called Hype Train, or I don't know. I'm joking. Maybe. But like, I haven't seen any videos about this game, and it was a new and trending for me, at least. And it's basically like the old Choose Your Adventure game, but you are the DM for a guy named Steve. And it seems really interesting. And it even has streamer settings, streamer layouts, so you can even put, so it's helpful to streamers. But so it thought about it, and last video I saw on it was 10 months ago, and it came out like 2 days ago, I think. And at the time of recording, it's got 16 reviews, and they were all positive, I think. Maybe one negative, I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Steve, what's special? Ah, I'll get his nose password, okay. Run Tavernquest. Hello, on CPU. You must be the new program. You have some sort of game called Tavernquest. I need to initialize you real quick. Click on the button that says continue. Continue. Okay.
Initializing program.
I don't know if I like that narrator. As a CPU, I coordinate between you and the user whose name is Steve. You can see his screen on the left. He types commands to us, and we work together to respond to them. So, listen, I've known Steve for a while now. Frankly, many of his commands are strange and ill-advisable. However, no matter how dumb his commands are, you must decide how the game responds to Steve. Gotcha. We should welcome our friend Steve to your game. Let's add a tagline to our start. What do you think?
Lot of options. Let's do something welcoming.
Running Tavernquest. Welcome home, adventurer.
Get comfortable and sit tight. I estimate that loading should take 10 to 30 minutes. What do they mean by that? Anything I can do to help? You hold that left mouse button down as hard as you can. I actually process things faster when I sell to you. Do you think it'd actually take 10 minutes? It's getting longer. I'm gonna be upset if you didn't commit to the bit.
Loading complete.
Okay. It's done. Hold on. I think there was a narrator option. Audio settings? Narration speed. Narration? I'm gonna turn narration all the way off. I don't like his voice. Maybe if we got a VA in, that actually will help, but whatever. Loading is complete. Feel free to click and hold to make things move faster at any time. Got it. Before we begin, I should explain the cardinal mandate. What do you mean by the cardinal mandate? What the hell? We got the bold mandate, guys. We exist to solve the usual. Whatever the usual is trying to accomplish is our cardinal mandate. Steve is trying to win Tavernquest. Tavernquest is considered to be won once this princess is saved. Okay. Excuse me. The cardinal mandate must be satisfied, no matter what. Okay. Excellent Tavernquest. Are you ready to run? Yes. Now, I wonder if this is like a roguelike or AI or whatever. Or a story thing. Here's a fun fact. Did you know I was originally designed for sophisticated government research, artificial intelligence, quantum physics, cutting-edge stuff? Steve pretty much just uses me to play video games, though. Why does Steve even have access to a computer? To be fair, he does sometimes use me for his homework. He's definitely failing algebra again. I honestly don't see how he'll graduate at this rate. Okay, Steve. New game for Steve, yo. So tell me, do we start off with the tutorial, or just kind of throw Steve in the middle of things and let him tough it out? I want to tough it out. Screw Steve. We Steve hate you. We hate Steve. You've just entered a small, rowdy tavern on the outskirts of the village. A grumpy barkeep polishes a mug behind the counter. Most of the noise in the tavern emanates from a table of boisterous duels. As I said, Steve needs to save the princess. Steve needs to plays as the noble adventurer Wendell, whose father sends him on this quest. Continue. You recall that you've been meaning to read an important note from your father in your inventory. Steve must find his way to Fantasy Mountain, slay the dragon, and rescue the princess from her tower. Then they ride off into the sunset together, yada yada. And maybe, just maybe, Steve will have done something worthwhile for us. Poor Steve. Poor Steve. Okay. Win game. Motherfucker. Really? Win game? Come on. Steve, you're embarrassing me. Steve spends many hours playing the games. He always tries to make shortcuts. Don't tell me this is somehow valid. Error. Invalid command. Win game. Type help for assistance. I swear. Hold tab to ground. Okay, I like that a little bit there. I haven't the faintest clue what Steve is trying to accomplish with this command. Just throw an arrow. Oh my god, I should try it. all air rules. Maybe next time. Steve wants to commit Olsen. Obviously, he wants to commit Olsen. Disgusted with the tavern's uncultured milieu, you contemplate setting all this filth ablaze. Unfortunately, you to have left your matchbook and gasoline at home. Hey, is this font okay? Is the text too slow? If you want to change things like font or speed, do many. Okay, I don't care. I've already checked out the settings. What's Steve's next command? Help. Smith. What does the help command do? Gives a list of useful commands? Cry for help, of course. That one. Obviously. We gotta rage bait Steve. Oh, I wonder if it'd be really funny if you could break the screen. You scream, bloody mortal. Help! Help! Oh, ye gods, someone help me out! The ball keep taunting you. Hey, pal, can you keep it down? Hold on, terrible, and people like you just keep bulging and screaming like that. Look, ball keep. The ball keep hollers at you. Hey, you order drink or just stick in the back room. Get drink. How's the drink menu at the scale? Limited. It's gonna be bagel. I'll top, what's your poison? Says the ball keep. We got ale, slightly different ale. We got IPA and piss. Get ale. You select a mug of ale to you across the counter. It costs you 2 gold. Does Steve even have 2 gold? I don't think he's bothered to check his inventory yet. Well, we already said that he spent 2 gold. How much gold should Steve have remaining? That'd be really funny. -1 gold. Okay, now we at least have that settled. If he ever manages to open his inventory. God damn it, Steve, open your inventory. You throw the contents of the mug of ale down your stupid throat and wipe the foam off your stupid mouth. The ball keep immediately snatches your empty mug and impulsively begins polishing it. It looks like the ball keep has a quest to offer. Hey. The ball keep has OCD, obviously. So you look like the adventuring type, says the ball keep. How about you clear out those dreaded rats in my basement? I'll reward you for your efforts, of course. Accept quest from ball keep. Clear basement of rats. Don't worry. I got you, bro. I got you. Steve is supposed to say, okay, yes or no. What is this, Steve? What does this strange command mean? Steve accepts the quest. Steve wants to see an AO message. No. Steve accepts the quest. I'm not going to rage bait Steve too much just yet, alright? Only an adventurer as noble as I could possibly aid this distraught citizen. You ponder aloud. You carefully consider the right words to put the troubled Balkeep's mind at ease. Don't worry. I got you, bro. What does the Balkeep say? On the layer. Thanks, hold on. Thanks, says the Balkeep. Oh, and for God's sakes, don't just leave this in your quest journal for like 3 years and never get around to it. I've given this quest out 17 times this week, you know. All these adventures too good to do a little bit of current walkie scoffs. Room basement. You throw open the basement door and walk down a narrow, creaky stairway to the basement. The basement contains rats, some barrels, and a cabinet. Should all description focused on atmospheric efficiency. Atmosphere. Because I'm making a video. The basement is chilly and damp, and the air is tainted by a ratty odor from the many rats scurrying about the floor. The corners are outfitted with generic barrels, presumably full of ale, and an ornate cabin adorns the far wall. Talk rats. Okay, talk rats. Is that a thing? Do rats even talk? This game now has talking rats. Yes. Rats of unusual size. And talking rats of unusual size. Trouse. You clear your throat and try to recollect some of the phrases you learned back in middle school. Rat squeaking class. I command you to get hence. You attempted to squeak to rats. If these rats are going to live in my country, they ought to learn English anyway. I need to learn English. Is there a translator amongst you? Asks the rats. Wait. Oh, you asked the rats. I'm an idiot. I can't read. The rats continue scurrying about for a minute. Finally, a rat stands on his hind legs and, to your bewilderment, speaks back to you. I am the delegate sent from the rats of the basement here. According to due process, we have put the issue to a democratic vote. I mean, wait, is this... Oh my god, he's still speaking. Hold on. I'm an idiot. Okay. According to due process, we have put the issue to a democratic vote. I must unfortunately inform you that the referendum has failed to receive a necessary 2/3 majority, and the dozens of the basement here will not surrender for your command. I must also unfortunately inform you that forced deportation is a ratified war crime, no pun intended. Good day, soul. Attack rats. Okay. Steve is secretly a nice agent. Perceiving your intention to attack, the rats begin the process of formally declaring war against you. The motion passes swiftly through all 48 chambers of Bestmentia Parliament. The rats are organized into orderly troops according to previously sanctioned contingency plans and squeak loudly. Does Steve have a weapon of some sort? We haven't decided that yet. Because somehow he still hasn't managed to check his inventory. Not that it's very important to this super easy rat battle, but which weapon does he start with? Yes, let's see him punch these rats. Sounds good, alright. We're starting our first combating channel. You will play as the rats against Steve. Oh no. Try to avoid moves that cause Steve to take a lot of damage, or we'll be all there. Your goal is for Steve to win, and for you to lose. I don't like that. I'm gonna win. Combat! Type help combat for a list of battle commands. Difficulty easy. Health 11. Health 25. Okay. Attack! You kneel down and start pounding the floor with your fist. Oh, thank God it was his fist. But cannot manage to smash any rats. You switch to stopping with better success. The rats take 4 damage. Enemy health 7 out of 11. Select attack. What do the rats do now? Scurry around his feet. Scurry up his pants. Scurry under the cabinet. Scurry up his pants. Let's make him punch himself in the nuts. The rats scurry up your feet and into your pant leg. They seem to bite and latch on all of the wolf's places. You take 6 damage. Ow. Attack! You stop and stop and stop some more. You sure love stomping rats. The rats take 4 damage. Select attack. What do the rats do now? We're gonna do Ratapult. I don't care if it kills Steve. The rats congregate and work together, using their tails to fling one of the rats at your face. It crawls down to your neck and gnaws at your jugular. Oh my god. Steve is dying. Attack. You stomp some more. It is so remarkably easy to stomp these rats. It's very encouraging. The rats take 3 damage. The rats are defeated. Hiya. You have apparently stopped out the brains of every rat. The floor is now blanketed with rat carcasses. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that there's literally dozens of different commands Steve can use in combat? Block, jump, disarm, grapple. I must say it's a complex and beautiful programming. But I'll bet you $100 that Steve never uses any command except attack. What do you say? Yeah, it's an easy 100. It's a bet then. Anyway, we should send the barkeep down to give Steve his 10 gold. Wow. The barkeep walks in. He plucks the dead rat out of one of the barrels and examines it. I heard your incessant stomping, and I'm glad. No, I'm an idiot. This is all worse. I heard your incessant stomping, and I'm glad to see all these dead rats. Here's your reward, says the barkeep as he hands you 10 gold. In the cabinet, there is a false panel that leads to a secret passage. Steve needs to find this for the story to progress. Okay. Reading is not my strong suit, guys. Feel free to look in the basement as much as you want, says the barkeep. He heads up the stairs to the tavern. Exhausted, you lean against the closed, ornate cabinet and take a breather. Whatever shall I do now? No, what did I do? You think to yourself, while admiring the fine craftsmanship of the cabinet next to you. Look, bagels. Is the cabinet not obvious enough? Steve is an idiot, but will be patient. You pass by the ornate cabinet and open up each and every barrel. You find ale in all of them. To the surprise of no one, the ale is now contaminated with drowned rats. I think it was already contaminated. You're glad you got that settled. Don't buy ale from this bartender. Exit basement. You're killing me, Steve. Maybe we can corral him back to the secret passage in the basement later. Okay. You ditched this grody basement. That dump cabinet was probably empty anyways. You're now back upstairs in the tavern, admiring the shiny new 10 gold in your inventory. Inventory. Hell yeah. At least he's finally checking in his inventory at long last. Continue. Okay, so far we've decided that Steve had 1 gold plus the 10 gold from the barkeep and no weapon. Which of these other items does Steve start with in his inventory? Note from father. Oh, I can select all of them. Okay. We're not gonna give him that ring. You okay need a note from your father, a quest journal, and 11 gold. Red note. Invalid command, red note. Type help for assistance. What could he mean by writing the note? It's certainly not a word I'm familiar with. Are there any red-colored notes? I can't find any note items with red property, so Steve couldn't possibly have meant that. Hopefully we've just conveyed just how completely unintelligible he is with that error message. Okay. Read no. Not. Motherfucker. Read not. Invalid command. Read not. Type help for assistance. Okay, he's reading, or is he not reading? Do you see how horrible he is at this? Let's just be patient. Let's just be patient. Okay, we'll see. Continue. Read? No. Okay. Invalid command read no. What do they mean? I cannot believe it. He messed it up again. Does he not know how many different note objects there are? Note from father, note from Hagen, note from Hugo. Dude, just let me read the note. The note. Which one, Steve? Which are you? What are you reading? We're not bilinguals. Well, note from his father is in his inventory. This guy old, really fast. Let's just read the note in his inventory. Wayne, what do you suggest? Try a different error message. Just let him read the note from his father. Okay. Final error message, I promise. Invalid command. Dude, just let me read the note. Type help for assistance. Read no from father. No, for father. Oh, why did he just say that earlier? Could he have just saved us a lot of trouble, Steve? Oh, all good now, so what does this note from father start with? To my dear son, to my regrettable son, I'm not so sure Steve can even read. Knowing of your tenuous grasp of basic literacy, your father has written you a note consisting solely of a drawing of this tavern with an arrow pointing to it and a smiling face. Smiling friends. You remember your father saying something about saving a princess in a tavern somewhere. Look, tavern. Why do you think Steve is looking around the tavern? Looking for a riddle, looking for a love connection, looking for something to do, looking for a lengthy description, looking for a higher meaning. Let's do love connection. I can't wait to break out my goalie voice. You scan the room for eligible hotties. Alas, you find not but a furrow-browed, bulky, and burly-browed dwarves. Perhaps the Ballkeep knows who the local strumpet is, you say. Look, Ballkeep. Who is the Ballkeep? What is the Ballkeep doing? Pouring drinks, chatting with an attractive ballmaid. Let's let him remove the ballmaid. The Ballkeep's outwardly called Ballmaid. She emerges from a back room. He makes idle chat with her while she sweeps. Hey baby, how you doing? Just sweeping. How hot is the ballmaid? 98.6. It's going to be ideal. Invalid command. How hot is the ballmaid? Type help for assistance. Seduce ballmaid. I don't know what seduce means, but I can't imagine it's any good. Do you know what he means by chance? He wants a friendly chat. Oh, what a relief! Knowing Steve, I was half expecting him to try and sleep with Wolf. What a good conversation topic. The many kinds of maneuver. You slick your hair back and initiate a pleasant conversation about the many kinds of maneuver. How does the ballmaid react? With screaming. He ain't getting laid over maneuver. The ballmaid begins screaming at the top of her lungs. The Ballkeep walks over with his arms sternly crossed. He looks at you disapprovingly. Oh, great. It'll be hours before she calms down. We're gonna leave people alone. The shrieking ballmaid grabs the attention of the dwarfs. He'll really cast it over on you, says the laughing dwarf. Look, dwarfs. What are the dwarfs up to? Gambling? Brawling? Maybe they'll be weakened. One of the dwarves throws a mug full of ale across the tavern, shouting, Well, Hagen, I'll show you what's up with the guy who's got a small beard. You get the impression that you should leave them alone. No. Attack dwarves. Oh, dwarves. Okay. I can't say I'm proud by any means, but at least it took longer than usual for Steve to start committing felonies. Hey, it's something. Having no weapons, you unholster your fists and prepare to punch a heavily armed dwarves. Help combat. Type help combat for this command. Dwarves. 16. Steve. Health for 5. Okay, he's got this shit. He's got it. Attack. You crack your knuckles and charge at the dwarves like a rabid coyote. You manage to land a punch on one of the dwarves as he readies his menacing battle axe. The dwarves take 6 damage. Oh my god, Steve's got a fist on him. What do the dwarves do now? Smash, bash, dash. Ooh, excuse me. They bolt and smash. It's go time, yells a drunken dwarf. The group of dwarves riotously hurl mugs of ale at you, striking you in the face and shoulder. Ow. And that was the light damage option, I think. I don't know. Attack. You duck under the swinging battle axe of one of the dwarves and jab the attacker on the nose. The dwarves take 3 damage. Select attack. What do the dwarves do now? Dash, cash, take out the trash. They cash. One of the dwarves will give a couple of gold and coins and slings them at you. Oh, that's a great idea, says another dwarf. The group begins tossing more coins at your head. You take 4 damage. Attack! You wipe away blood from your mouth. Is this my blood, or there was you, Pondo? As you knock another dwarf in the teeth, the dwarves take 5 damage. 2-16. Select attack. What do the dwarves do now? Crash, splash. Let's do splash. 2 of the dwarves grab you by the head and heels. Another dwarf opens up a barrel of ale, saying, "Don't you look a little saucy?" The dwarves dunk you in the ale as you gasp for ale. You take 8 damage. Oof, it's gonna be a close one. Get free, Steve! Wearily staggering, you refuse to go down. You gear up and give the group a mega slap, toppling all of the dwarves into a pile. The dwarves take 2 damage. The dwarves are defeated. Amazingly, all of the dwarves forgot all of their weapon training and just sat there and let you slap them to death. The tavern's other patrons have left, having grown tired of spectating the dwarf punching display. I think if we're lucky, Steve will forget his homicidal rage and get back to his quest. But if Steve starts looting... Loot. Dwarves. Who doesn't loot dwarves? Immediately after felling your enemies, your first instinct is to rummage through each of their belongings, despite the fact that you are already personally rather wealthy and that you are on an important quest, and you figure that stealing a bit of loose change is a good use of your time right now. Alright, fine. Which items does Steve take from the dwarves? Bottles of beer conditional, 11 gold, finished selection. What do they mean by finished selection? Oh, it's one of... Okay. Let's take the bottle of beer conditional. That'll get them on them. You take bottle of beer conditional. Oh boy. Talk bulky. Oh yes, Steve, now that you're more than multiple people, it's obviously time to talk to the barkeep. How does the barkeep react? He is unimpressed. You crawl over the pile of dwarf corpses and saunter on up to the barkeep to initiate a casual chat about the recent weather. The unfazed barkeep continues polishing his mug. Why yes, the recent rain has been great for my barley crops. Tell barkeep he sucks eggs. Okay. That's a strange command. How should we interpret it? Steve wants to see an error message. Steve is apologied for causing the scene. Steve doesn't seem to like the barkeep. That one. Did he say something, barkeep? All I orders blah 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 blah, and you shout at the barkeep. You suck eggs! Attack, barkeep. He is so dead. Here we go again. At least this one will be shorter because the barkeep is probably the weakest NPC in the game. Oh my god. You once again claw up your fists. Let's go, old man, you say to the enfeebled barkeep. Type help combat for a list of battle commands. Difficulty helpless. Health 9, Steve. Health 25. Attack. You hop over the counter and punch the old barkeep in the throat. That'll teach you, you old coot, you say. Barkeep takes 5 damage. Enemy health 4/9. Select attack. What does the barkeep do now? Tell him to bugger off, punch him in the nose, threaten a lawsuit. Let's punch him in the nose. Consider this my final warning, pal, says the barkeep. He punches you in the face. You take 5 damage. And he's got a swing on him. Attack. Although I was hoping the barkeep would be a little stronger. You continue punching the defenseless barkeep. You feel your manhood is validated via this activity. The barkeep takes 3 damage. Select attack. What does the barkeep do now? Throw ale in his face. Punch him again. Punch him again. Barkeep's run out of tolerance for you. Shenanigan. I don't know if I can say that. Well, lights out, bozo, he says, punching you in the face. Lights out, bozo, he says, punching you in the face. Take 5 damage. Your health, 15 out of 25. Attack. You give the barkeep a final finishing blow, sending his unconscious body to the floor. The Ballkeep takes 1 damage, the enemy health 0 out of 9. The Ballkeep is defeated. You knocked out the poor Ballkeep with your bloody knuckles. That'll show him. Steve has successfully massacred every NPC in the tavern. What happens now? The village guard is on the way. The tavern is quite quiet and empty. I'm with that one because I don't want to kill Steve. The tavern becomes uncomfortably quiet as you realize there was nobody left except you and an assortment of disconnected body parts. You think the barmaid's still there? Look yourself. How is our noble protagonist looking up right now? Dignified as ever. You still glance at the mirror in this moment of moral victory. How will not wow you think to yourself? I sure look great with all this blood on my noble robes. Loot Ballkeep. Oh yeah, of course. Can't forget to loot the Ballkeep, Steve. Continue. You hop on over the counter and focus your efforts on pointing out the pockets of the grisly remains of the old Ballkeep. Which items does Steve take from the Ballkeep? All 3. He's a monster. He even took his apron of all things. You take basement door key, apron of ballkeeping, and 6 gold. Go basement. I'm glad that basement door key got him interested in the basement again. Is the basement even locked? Yes. You unlock the basement door with the basement door key and head down the basement stairs. You are back in the basement. All the rats are dead. Alright, he's back in the basement. How should we entice Steve to examine the cabinet so he can finally find that secret passage? Mysterious glow. A delicious smell. Let's do a delicious smell. You notice an enticing hot dog smell originating from the cabinet on the far wall. Get hot dogs. You approach the cabinet and attempt to get hot dogs from it, but try as you might, your hands cannot penetrate the closed cabinet door. In fact, as far as you know, there might not even be actual hot dogs inside. You haven't opened the cabinet and looked at its contents yet. Open cabinet. You finally open the cabinet. What an accomplishment. Continue. What's inside the cabinet? Rat poison, hot dogs, mysterious book. Hot dogs and a mysterious book. Inside you see old mysterious book that smells like hot dogs, and a package of hot dogs that smells like an old mysterious book. How interesting. Get hot dogs. Should Steve be allowed to take the hot dogs? Yes. You slide all the Ballkeep's hot dogs into your pocket. They seem pretty old, but you can't argue with free food. Plus, these wouldn't exist if you weren't important. What pivotal role will these hot dogs solve later in your quest? However, another question takes precedence in your mind. What is that strange tingling sensation you get while looking at the mysterious book? It's as if it's beckoning to you. Exit basement. Oh my god, Steve. Steve, you idiot! Just go in the secret passage. He's hopeless. Just hopeless. We can do this. I got Steve. As you start to shut the cabinet door, you notice that the mysterious book was a lurid depiction of a naked elvish woman on its spine. Get book. Get what book? Your interest in this mysterious book suddenly skyrockets as a true scholar of literature, I simply must add this book to my collection, you decide. No time to delay. But to your disappointment, the book is glued shut and it cannot be taken from the shelf. Instead, as you slide the book outward, you hear the creaks and pops of pulleys and winches and movers into action. A false panel slides upwards in the back of the cabinet, revealing a dark, secret passage. We got it. Let's go. Hurry. We got Steve in the secret passage. Finally, this marks the act of N1. Now we have an important decision. Where does Act 2 take place? Oh my gosh. In a cave, in a tomb. Let's make it the Ballkeep's tomb. Ballkeep's family's tomb. If that's an option. If it like that. I don't know. Walk to the tomb. You walk down a set of musty stone steps, bringing now you even further underground. You find yourself in a dusty tomb. The walls are built of roughly chiseled blocks of tan stone, adorned with glowing torches. The room is cluttered with a lot of clay pots, linens, and other miscellaneous junk. Footsteps in the earthen floor end abruptly at a podium in the center of the room. Mama get pissed off. This room contains a puzzle for Steve to solve. Which elements should the puzzle be based on? Animals. Let's make it simple. Interesting. Does the puzzle involve combining or matching stuff? Combining. Let's not make it too easy. Hopefully that won't be too advanced for Steve. What's the actual solution? A Pegasus, a Centaur, a Harpy. Let's do a Harpy. The puzzle is almost finished. We just need a way to present the clue to Steve. With statues, with a moral. Let's see how Steve fares with his first puzzle. Continue. On the podium, you see 3 levels with the following symbols: Pegasus, Centaur, Harpy. A peculiar mural is painted on the far wall. Look mural. The mural depicts a small bird perched upon the finger of a beautiful woman. It seems that the two have a real bond. Go holds. What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? Steve, you just can't bypass the puzzle. We spent so much time setting it up for you. Did you really expect Steve to just solve the puzzle? Maybe the puzzle isn't obvious enough. I don't know. I'm not sure what I expected, but not that. I'm throwing an A rule. I know this command is technically valid, but I don't care. Okay. Invalid command. Go forward. Type help for assistance. Inventory. Okay. You're carrying note from father, quest journal, bottle of beard conditioner, apron of ball keeping, package of hot dogs, 17 gold. Use hot. That's what. Yeah. Oh my god! I saw that 1 mile away. Okay. Use hot dogs. I cannot even begin to imagine how Steve aims to use hot dogs in this context. Me neither. Let's see. I finally discovered the use of these hot dogs I've been carrying around for 5 minutes, you exclaim. You take out the hot dogs and jam one into the podium. Why isn't this working? This is clearly the solution, guys. Come on. You spend an unreasonable amount of time doing this before acknowledging that this activity may not actually be that helpful. Oh my god, I need one of those. Whole Pegasus level. Okay. You pull the level marked with the symbol of a Pegasus. Of course, Steve just chooses a random level. What happens now that he chose incorrectly? He gets, I'm not gonna kill Steve with the chamber. He sets off a magical rune. As you do so, the podium splinters and crumbles. A magical energy builds up within a glowing rune on the earthen floor beneath you. You panic and start to run, but the rune hits you with a blinding electric oak. A shocking jolt tears through your body before you collapse and your heart stops beating. Oh my god, I killed Steve. In other words, you have chosen poorly. Continue. Oh my god, I killed Steve. I killed Steve. Oh my god. You are dead. You pulled the wrong level. When Steve dies, the game is reset to a specific point. If he dies in combat, it is reset to the start of that count. Otherwise, the game typically resets to the beginning of the current act. Okay, thank god. I was not ready to do that whole terrible stuff again. Okay. What's a nice congratulatory message. Better luck next time. Way to go, idiot. Way to go, idiot. Restart Act 2. Yes or no? Yes. Continue. I'm getting tired of printing all the swarthy descriptions. Shorten things up a bit? No. I'll just not read it. Okay. I mean, oh, fuck, I forgot to read the narrative. It said, hopefully, Steve will figure the fuck out this time. On the podium, you see 3 levels within the following symbols. Pegasus, Penny, fucking me. Centaur, Hopi. A peculiar mural is painted on a far wall. Look, mural. The mural says the same stuff that I said 5 seconds ago. Pull all levels at once. Oh yeah, Steve, I really love it when you think outside the box. So how should we punish him? How should we punish him? I mean, technically he pulled the right level. Give him a permanent evil course. You decide to activate all 3 levels at the same time. What's the worst thing that could happen? You say, well, no. What's the worst thing that could happen? It's nothing, you know? As you pull the levels down, a swirling black fog violently surges out of the podium. You back away as the fog spirals and strengthens until it surrounds you entirely as you grow weaker. The fog funnels into your mouth and nose. What kind of course shall befall Steve? He can only speak by shouting. He turns into a donkey. He will go irreversibly bald by the age of 30. Oh my god, he's Doug. Doug. He turns into a donkey because that's funny. You come back to your senses to find the podium has reset. You feel something slightly off about your body, but everything seems to be in proper place. In proper form. Your face, arms, legs, toes, tail. You've always been a donkey, right? At least you seem to recall people calling you a one, though often by another synonym. For now, you must go on. Even with this woeful course, you make a mental note that arcane machines and dangerous tombs should be used with care. Oh my god. I swear, if we find an ogle and we rescue the princess, we get the Shrek ending. We need the Shrek ending. Pull Hopi level. You pull the level marked with the symbol of a Hopi. How would he know? Okay. Oh, finally, I thought we might be here all day. Should we make sure Steve understands how he solved the puzzle? Fuck no. The level produces a satisfying click, and the podium begins to recede into the floor. You hear winches and pulleys working as the stone bricks on the far wall slides upwards to reveal a chamber forward. You're sure all glad you figured out how this puzzle worked and didn't just solve it by chance, because you get the feeling it only gets harder from here. Go forward. After that puzzle, let's try a combat section. Where should this combat take place? Armory. That sounds fun. Although I don't know why it goes from tomb to armory, but yeah. You can continue forward, finding yourself in a smaller room. A plethora of rusty ancient weapons are stored on a wall-mounted racks. A glimmering shield catches your eyes across the room. It looks like a useful defensive item. I think an undead enemy would be thematically appropriate. What do you think? A zombie. Let's do a zombie. Maybe you'll bash its head with the shield. He's terrified of death. He's begging for death. Let's make him terrified of death. Your attention is suddenly grasped by a dead body on the floor. It begins to arouse. You hear the zombie groan as it stands up and shambles towards you now. Attack. Zombie. You initiate a fight with the zombie. Groans the zombie. Stop! Leave me now! And don't leave. I only get to exist when you're in this room. If you kill me or if you proceed forward, then I stop existing. Difficulty easy. Health. The zombie has 6 health. Really, that's all. Steve. Health 25. Yes. Attack. You holler at the terrifying zombie to end his monstrous attack. You wind up and deliver a gruesome punch to the threatening zombie's jaw. The zombie takes 4 damage. Oh my god. Steve is too strong. What does the zombie do now? Plead for life or run away, accept fate. Let's make him run away. The zombie runs away from you. He dashes back the way you came, but is prevented from running forward by a magical force field. He pounds at the invisible wall. Oh god! He shouts, life mission and you take 0 damage. Attack. You strike and fatally wound the threatening undead zombie. He collapses to the floor. The zombie is defeated. That was a close one, peering over the corpse of the terrifying Zombie. Oh yeah, what's up with that red level? Weird. Some kind of memory glitch, I guess. I need better RF shielding. Continue. Okay. I swear if this game turns into like a whole game. You hear the gears sliding in place and a weapon rack springs outward, revealing another chamber forward. Look around. You're in an army with a dead zombie. A plethora of rusty ancient weapons are stored on wall-mounted racks. A glimmering shield catches your eye across the room. The way forward is open. Look, weapons. Should we just let Steve find a usable weapon? How about a dagger sort of obliteration? No, these weapons are all useless. Dagger of mediocrity. Most of the weapons are rusted and useless in their current state. You do find a weapon of passable quality, a dagger of mediocrity. Get dagger. You take the dagger of mediocrity and add it to your inventory. I can't wait to stab someone in a mediocre manner, you say. Go forward. The tomb has one more puzzle and one more combat encounter before Steve can clear it. Okay. What type of challenge happens in this next tomb? Puzzle, combat. Let's do puzzle. Sounds good. What's the next location? Cistern Catacomb Statue. Ooh, let's do statue. Go forward. You walk into another large chamber. You are greeted with the unnerving sight of hundreds of stone statues of ancient warriors arranged in neat rows. You wander amongst the stone figures and ponder their purpose. Okay, puzzle number 2. It's similar to the last puzzle. Hopefully Steve remembers how it works. What's the puzzle's new solution? A Pegasus? A Centaur? A Hopi? I'm not gonna make him just... Okay, let's do Centaur. He didn't choose Centaur last time. You meander into the center room where a large white column protrudes amongst the statues. The hexagonal-shaped column houses 3 levels around it, labeled as follows: Pegasus, Centaur, Hopi. Looking upwards, you notice that a huge mural is painted across the ceiling. Look, mural. The mural depicts a muscular man feeding his horse. It seems that the two have a real bond. Pull Pegasus level. I mean, honestly, I can get that one. I can get the reasoning behind that one. You pull the level, marked the symbol of a Pegasus. Yep, Steve over here was just picking things at random. It's like he wants this game to be unbearably repetitive. Okay, but like, I could see it being Pegasus slightly. Because, you know, Pegasus are just magical fucking ponies, right? And, you know, friendship is magic, obviously. Hey, every pony. You pull the level marked symbol of Pegasus. The column cracks and topples over, surrounding the column. A large rune on the floor begins glowing. Before you can react, a barrage of magical lightning bursts from the rune and overpowers you completely. Hold on. You're dead. You pulled the line. What's a nice congratulatory message? Don't lose hope yet. Yes. Continue. You're back in the room with all the statues. Go, Steve, go! You meander into the center of the room, where a large white column protrudes amongst the statues. The hexagonal-shaped column houses 3 levels around it, labeled as follows: Pegasus, Centaur, Hopi. Looking upwards, you notice that a huge mural is painted across the ceiling. Look, mural. The mural depicts a muscular man feeding his horse. It seems that the two have a real bond. Pull Centaur level. You pull the level marked with the symbol of Centaur. There you go, Steve. I would suppose that could have gone worse. I mean, like, I get it. I get the Pegasus, okay? With a satisfying clunk, the level locks into place. The column slowly rises upwards, revealing a set of spiral stairs underneath it. Go stairs. You head down the spiral stairs into the next passage. Both of the puzzles are done, so this next one will be a combat section. Okay. Where should this combat take place? The Cistern Catacombs Ritual. Ooh, Ritual Chamber. Ritual Chamber! You enter a hexagonal chamber. At each corner, a large throne sits atop a set of stairs. In the center, lines of magical fire forming a triangle surrounds a bloody altar. You wonder what kind of ritualistic tomfoolery occurred in this eerie chamber. For the second combat, it might be funny to bring that zombie back. We can just respawn him using this template. What do you think? Something new. Get out of here with that old shit. Okay, what's this new enemy's deal? It's literally indescribable. Huns. I'm gonna go with Huns. Oh my god, we're still a donkey, aren't we? No, we're not. Yes, we are. We're still a donkey. Besides the altar stands a little wiry man in a top hat. He grins from ear to ear. Why? You've been into okay. Why you been torn into a donkey? You know what that makes me? He poses, holding back his laugh. An assassin! An assassin! He poses, holding back his laugh. They call me the Punchstool, and I'm real to end you! He cracks maniacally. Attack Punchstool. You initiate combat with the Punchstool. What did the amputee soldier cry in battle? Says the Punchstool. You'll never defeat me! Oh my god, he's actually pretty strong. Attack! You run up to the little man and slice open his goofy top hat. Oh my gosh. Take 8 damage. What does the Punisher do now? Duck. The Punchstool smiles widely. One farmer says to the other, I'll give you my best goat for 10 of your mallards. The other replies, I don't care how good your goat is, I don't give a duck. The Punchstool laughs, pulls out a duck and pulls it at you. The duck bites your face. You take 14 damage! Oh my god, we're fighting the Joker. Attack. You jab the dagger through the Punchstool's eye. Dang. What does the Punchstool now do? Ambush. Charge. Let's do charge. Hopefully he doesn't one-shot him. The Punchstool smiles widely. Why should you never choose a gorilla army as your telephone carrier, he says. Because they always have hidden charges. The Punisher pulls out a battery and throws it at you. Oh my gosh. Steve died, guys. Steve died. He couldn't donkey it. He couldn't make it. His ass was not enough. The Punchstool stands over your dying body with an unnerving grin. I see that you lost the fight. That's okay. I can help, he says. Where's the last place you saw it? He chuckles to himself. These are the last words you heal. Oh my god, I cannot speak. Oh my god, I didn't get the pun immediately because I misread it, but like, yeah. You were killed by a little man armed with puns. You should probably expect Steve to do a lot. He tends not to learn from his mistakes. Continue. What's a nice congratulatory message? Don't worry, nobody expected any better. I really want Steve to just say no one of these times. Initiate combat with this Punchstool. What did the egg soldier cry out before battle? He says, "You'll never beat me." I mean, I guess he beat eggs, but like, come on, man, those better ones. You went to little man and slice open his goofy top hat. Okay, let's do punch. The Punchstool smiles wildly. What drink did the boxer order after the big fight? He says, a fruit punch. The Punchstool throws a glass of punch in your face. Attack. You jab the dagger to the Punchstool's eye. The Punchstool takes 8 damage. What did the Punchstool do now? Let's do attack. The Punchstool smiles widely. What did the army general say when one of his cadets put a pushpin on his chair? He says, attack! The Punchstool pulls out a bag of tacks and throws them at you. Oh my gosh. Attack. You shank the Punchstool in the chest. The Punchstool takes 6 damage. Select attack. What does the Punchstool do now? Block, tackle, block. The Punchstool smiles widely. I think I've run out of puns, he says dejectedly. He pauses for a moment. I guess you could say I have a rival's block. The Punchstool pulls out a concrete block and throws it at you. Oh my god, that's stupid. That's so stupid. I'm getting rage bait by the game. The Punchstool stands over. Okay, it's the same thing. It seems like you've lost the fight. Let me help you fight it. Hey, you do know the Punchstool is supposed to lose to Steve, right? Wait, really? I'm trying, man. Not assigning any blame here. We both know how inept Steve is at winning. Just keep trying. What's a nice congratulatory message? Just view this as a learning opportunity. There was no excuse good enough for that. Oh my god. I am honestly trying to make it slightly easy for Steve, but he is not. He is just not. Also, I want to hear the puns too. What did the clock cry out before battle? He says, the Punisher. Victory shall be ours! Attack! You slice open the little man. You run for the little man, slice open his top hat. Duck punch, I guess. Well, the punch did less. Okay. The punch still smiles widely. What drink did the box or fruit punch? Okay, we hold that one. Attack. You jab your dagger with the punch will die. Let's do ambush. The punch will smiles widely. What do you call it when the pigs attack? He says. A ambush. Hey, Phil. The punch will begins wildly, wirelessly laughing that he's unable to attack. Oh, hey, that works. Attack. You shank the Punisher with the punch tool in the chest. Punch will take 6 damage. Oh, let's try tackle out. The punch will smile widely. Why did the football team draft an octopus, he says. Because every play the octopus has 10 tackles. The punch will attacks you with a set of fishing equipment. You take 14 damage. Oh my god, that whole... Attack. You slice open the punch to his stomach. I would tell you the one last pun, but I fear they've already been done to death, says the punch tool, goggling out a chuckle. Sorry, I was dying to use that one. He dies. The punch will take 7 damage. The punch was defeated. The triangle area defined around the altar begins to sink into the ground like an elevator. You ride with the altar downwards until the platform stops and a doorway forward is revealed. Go forward. It looks like Steve is nearly out of the tomb. This next chamber is the exit. Okay. You walk into a massive chamber, slender stone columns along the side support an arched ceiling many stories above you. Intricately, oh my god, painted with strange emblems, a glowing fountain in the center illuminates the entire chamber. A red and purple carpet runs directly to a large wooden door on the far wall. The door is engraved with symbols similar to the intricate ones on the ceiling. Drink from fountain. Oh my gosh. The fountain isn't anything special. Why is Steve drinking from it? It looks magical. Maybe he's thirsty. It looks magical. I'm gonna spawn a water elemental out of it like Pathos. You take a drink from the glowing fountain, your body rejuvenates and you feel much younger. No, wait, that's just drinking normal water feels like. Look, no. Behind this door is the end of Act 2. Okay, thanks. Cool. Anyway. You take a closer look at this unusual and mysterious door. Its engravings, all language you do not recognize. It does not appear to be locked. Oh my god. Open door. You open up the door, and you're immediately blinded by the intense light behind it. As your eyes adjust, you see multicolored clouds swirling inside. The door contains some sort of magical portal. Go inside the magical portal. Oh my god. Yes. Sure. Why not? Yes. As you step through the portal, you feel yourself grow weightlessly as you begin drifting through the prismatic abyss. A strange acceleration acted on your heart tugs the rest of your body with it, pulling you away faster and faster. You lose track of time and space as reality is substituted by the kaleidoscopic dream. Minutes pass, hours maybe, you can't be sure. You simply drift and drift and drift away until you're awakened. Continue. Am I still a donkey? Is Steve still a donkey? I think so. Fantasy Mountain. Heyo! We got to it. You're lying in a bed of some sort of very warm in some sort of very warm room. As your vision clears, you start to make out your surroundings. The orange light of sunset streams in through arch-framed windows. The stone ceiling is adorned with red paint. This place has way too many candles. A robed figure approaches you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, no, no. Don't worry. Don't worry, traveler. Don't worry, traveling through the portal is tough on everybody, says the robed figure. I've never seen a donkey come out of the portal before, says the robed figure. You explain that your donkey form is the result of a course What a woeful course, says the robed figure. Come, child, I can remedy this. The robed figure lays hands on your donkey hide and recites an incantation. The black fog seeps out of your ears and you return to your regular human form. You are still weakened from traveling through the portal, though. What does the robed figure do next? He introduces himself. She introduces himself. Both of them. Well, I've been giving him an old-ass man voice, son. The robed figure pulls back his hood to reveal his gentle, well-aged face. Welcome, child, to the monastery of Elah. My name is Saul. I am the Warden of Spirits, and I look after this monastery. Feel free to stay and worship with me, but it's all right if you're just passing through on your way to Fantasy Mountain like the other travelers. Talk, Saul. You thank Saul for the kind aid he has given you. It's no trouble at all, man. Make yourself at home. We're all welcome at the monastery of Elah. It's all good, man. Look around. You arise from the bed and look around the room. A window shows that the monastery is built at the foot of an enormous mountain, its craggy peaks climbing onto the clouds. A precarious stone tower ornaments its tallest peak. The monastery has all the necessities in this one single room. A couple of beds, an incense table, a shelf stacked with herbs, and a shrine. Seriously, a ton of candles. Steve only has 17 gold. I was thinking we would have been able to give him some more back in the second act, but I guess not. The monastery is a place to stock up before the end game. Should we give Steve some gold here? Let's Steve stable. Keep him down. It looks like the Warden of Spirits is supposed to help Steve out with the potion at this point. Good, he needs all the help he can get. Just make sure it's not too powerful. The game's gotta still be powerful. I mean, the game's still gotta be a challenge. If you're here to climb Fantasy Mountain, I can perhaps prepare a potion to aid you in your journey, he says with a smile. Alchemy happens to be part of my duties as Warden of Spirits. Get potion. You mock that you are an avid proponent for collecting unsolicited junk from strangers. Of course, child, I'd be a special person just for you, says the Warden of Spirits, walking over the shelf. He grabs an assortment of herbs from the shelf, grinding them with a pestle, and mixes them in a small bottle. He hands you the resulting potion, and you take a whiff of the concoction, finding it to have a sweet, earthy smell. You ask him about the potion's effects. What does the potion bestow? Invisibility. This is a potion of invisibility, says the Warden of Spirits. Drink it before facing a formidable enemy, and you will fight with the advantage of unrivaled stealth. You and the potion of invisibility. You add the potion of invisibility to your inventory. Leave the monastery. Sufficiently rested, you decide to re-embark on your grand adventure. The Warden of Spirits calls out to you as you head out of the monastery's exit. Careful, child, says Saul. Be wary of the dragon. You are outside the monastery at the foot of the daunting Fantasy Mountain. Sitting atop the mountain, the tower of thraldom cleaves into the clouds. The mountain looks impossible to climb without climbing gear. Wait, did we ever give Steve climbing gear? Oh, no. Use climbing gear. Oh my god. You do not have climbing gear in the inventory. I can't believe we forgot. This is so embarrassing. Alex, nobody saw us. Wait a minute. What is this OBS? Are you somehow recording this? Are there people watching this? Oh my god. You can say we have an audience. I love it when games do that. Oh, hi everybody. So, do you viewers actually find this entertaining? I'm not streaming, but I'm guessing they love us. Huh. Alright, maybe I'll help you out a bit. Continue. I may not have climbing you, but I do have something even better, you say. I have a reminder for you, fair viewers. Thou shalt like and subscribe. Let's go. Hey, yo. Keep it coming. Well, I misclicked. Fuck. Well, the show must go on. He still needs that climbing gear. Continue. Steve was supposed to get climbing gear in the treasure room of the tomb. I think we actually skipped that section entirely. Shoot. I don't know how I missed that new programming. I'll work something out. Okay. A monocled man with a cane approaches you with a wide smile. Hey there, I'm Don. The acclaimed adventuring entrepreneur from over yonder, helping adventurers reach the success they need, says the monocled man. I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now, and I wanted to see if you were looking for any adventuring support. You utilize Don's adventuring support tools? Yes, no, yes. I'm excited to be working with you, says Don. Don't worry, I know the importance of delivering results of top quality service. I understand that you are looking to climb Fantasy Mountain and rescue a princess from the Tower of Thraldom. Is this correct? Yes. I was hoping he'd say no. He never says no. He really never says no. I have over a decade of experience helping adventurers save princesses, and I would love to assist you, says Don. There are a variety of sources that I can offer to help you reach the top of Fantasy Mountain. Which would you like to get? Here is a brief overview of services. Rope, ladder, elevator, train, cable call. Wow. What service does Don recommend? Ladder. A really big ladder. For your situation, I would personally recommend a simpler service, the ladder, at a competitive price of just 5 gold. Get ladder. You elect for the ladder and give 5 gold to Don. Whenever you'd like to climb mountain with the ladder sits right over there, says Don. I can answer any questions you have. I don't just want to get your business, I want to keep it. Climb mountain with ladder. You grab hold of the ladder and arduously ascend the mountain. Thanks to Don's adventuring support services, this process is streamlined and intuitive. You arrive at the top of Fantasy Mountain with a mishap. You can see a quaint valley of thousands of feet below you, stretching out to the horizon. The Tower of Thraldom looms over you. Its base is made of a huge monolithic castle shaped like a cube. A pair of foreboding stone doors leading into the tower's base lies up a short road ahead. Go Tower. You walk through the doors into the base of the Tower of Thraldom. No windows illuminate this massive hall. Arched columns are spread throughout the room. Like a squadron of soldiers staring down at you, the blood-stained, speckleless floors, chills run down your spine as you realize the stairs are guarded by a dragon. Look, dragon. What is the dragon doing? Eating, sleeping. It's gotta be sleeping. The dragon's always sleeping, guys, come on. You take a deeper look at the dragon across the hall. The red-scaled monstrosity is sound asleep while his guttural snoozing strikes fear into your heart. You realize this isn't an opportunity to possibly sneak by. Looks like the dragon has 1,000 HP. Hopefully Steve winds up here. Attack the dragon. Drink potion. Okay, Steve can sneak right by the dragon if everything goes to plan. Yeah, on second thought, maybe I better beef up with that potion to make sure he is super visible. Oh, I got a text. Sorry about that. You pop the cork off the potion of invisibility and chug its contents. Immediately, your body fades out of sight. You feel like not even the gods themselves could see you now. Attack dragon. No, Steve, bad. Why didn't you even try to sneak by? I can't believe it. He came all this way just to throw himself at the dragon without any preparation. Wait, what am I talking about? Of course I believe that. I can't wait to see how many times he has to reset this fight. Well, actually, here's the bone part of this. Because this is the final boss battle. If Steve fails, he'd be sent back to the beginning. Why? Whoever designed this dragon fight clearly wanted the player to prove himself. You sneak up to the dragon. You pull out your dagger of mediocrity, hoping that the mediocre is enough to vanquish this creature of legend. Type. Oh boy. Attack! You violently shank the dragon while he can't see you. The dragon takes 6 damage. Oh yeah, we got it. Look for Steve. The dragon bellows a vicious roar. Who into my town? He scans the massive hall in confusion. No, really, who? Attack! You again approach the confused dragon and attack him Detected. What does the dragon do? Look for Steve. Oh my god. Reveal yourself, coward! Growls the dragon. He stomps through the massive hall, searching every corner. Takes 0 damage. You stab the dragon again with your dagger, giggling at his inability to find you. Look for Steve. The dragon scowls. I know you're here. You cannot hide forever, he says. Attack. You forever hiding, attacking the miserable dragon of all time. What does the dragon do? Go back to sleep, throw an arrow. Go back to sleep. The dragon scratches its scaly head with giant claws. This must be my imagination, he says. Goes back to sleep. Attack. The foolish dragon has let his guard down, you say. Now's my chance! You attack him again. What does the dragon do? How long is this going to take? The dragon is no longer reacting to anything you do. You are able to continue attacking him, but it may take him a while. Attack. You attack the dragon over and over and over and over and over, grinding away at his coolest pool of health until it finally runs out. The dragon is defeated. Oh my god, we did it. We killed the dragon, guys. After your fierce and courageous battle with the devilish dragon, he lies lifelessly before you. The stairs leading up to the tower are now accessible. Whoops, they might have had that potion just a tad overpowered. Yeah, usually it goes away when you attack in D&D. The potion of invisibility wears off. Cut off head of dragon. Oh my god, see. I think I saw cut off head in the command list. I wasn't sure it would ever be used, but I should have known better. The real question is, who or what is dragon? The tower's well-meaning general. Oh my god. You look around for Dolgan, but cannot find him. Is there anybody here by the name of Dolgan, you shout? An overweight smiling man in the gray job suit emerges from behind a nearby fellow, pushing him up. Well, my name's Dragon, he says. The friendly janitor, he looks at the pool of draconic gore upon the floor and scratches his head. Ooh, that's a lot of dragon blood. Looks like I better get it walked. Dolgan enthusiastically begins mopping around the grisly corpse of an unopportune beat. You wind up to behead the homeless janitor. Hold up a second, says Dolgan. Are you really trying to cut off my head? I don't mean to tell you I had an adventure, but wouldn't it make more sense to cut off the head of the dragon? It's a simple mistake, I get it. Dolgan is suspiciously similar to dragon, now that I think about it. I kind of like this Dolgan guy. Are you sure we want to cut his head off? I mean, he is in the way of getting to the princess, so... You insist that you indeed intend on decapitating Dolgan rather than the dragon. Alright, he just wanted to check, he says. I won't get in your way. Dolgan kneels on the floor with his neck outstretched. By the way, good luck with the princess. You cut off Dolgan's head. What? Valid command, what type of resistance? He really just did cut off head of dragon. Oh, we just killed Dolgan for no reason. You cut off the head. You cut off dragon's head. Yep, this dragon's definitely dead, you say. Now I can resume my quest and climb those stairs and rescue the princess at long last. Go stairs. You ascend the stairs of the Tower of Thraldon. They're made of cobblestone. The stairs are composed of unremarkable stone. The monotonous gray stone repeats itself floor after floor as you climb higher and higher. With the cold and brutal construction heightens your anxiety for meeting the princess. How did your protagonist feeling? Winded. You sit down and slump against the wall, wheezing. Look at that. Looking at the many steps that still lay before you. Why did no one tell me about this exhausting boat with all the stairs? It's widely known how much I approve stairs, you say. The stairs end at a solid wooden door. Finally, you have arrived at the very top of the Tower of Thraldom. Your heart pounds in your chest and your hands break out in cold sweat. Just one simple door separates you from the captive princess. Finally, Steve has finally reached the princess. He's actually gonna win the game for once. Woo! Go duel. The princess is a super important character, so let's make sure he can get this whole right. What color was the princess's hair? Silver, because she's an old lady. Perfect. That's everything we need to know about her. Well, let's send her in. Your anticipation nearly solidifies as the door finally opens. You finally get a long-awaited glimpse of the princess. What does the princess say? Mike. She wears a vest, says the princess. She wears a red-collared blouse with a dark gray vest. She holds a pen pointed upwards, her other hand resting in her apron around her waist. Her freckled face is framed with frizzled hair, jet black with several strands of dyed pink. I'm confused. Did something change? The text changed. Well, it wasn't me. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot that you were colorblind. The console text is normally green, but this next text is the princess is pink. Well, it wasn't me. You must be an adventurer, I presume she says. Don't worry, you've come to the right place. Will Alright. Must be an adventurer, I presume, she says. No, come to the right place. Will it just be yourself this evening? Are you alone? Yes. You stand still, confused. I've come to rescue you, you stammer out. They told me there was a princess in the other table. That's you, right? Yep, yes. The princess pulls out a notebook and scribbles in it. I have you down as a party of one. Welcome to my humble table. Did you want a table or place at this ball? Which do you pull? Something seems to be terribly wrong. This is not the princess. This is not how the princess is programmed to act. She's acting like she's in a tavern. Perhaps her program got entangled at the tavern familiar somehow. Help? I'm also very confused, Steve. Continue. Help, you said aloud. Help! I'm here to help you. I'm okay. What do we do? Freeze the princess. Respawn. Let's respawn the princess. Let's respawn the princess. Confused, she says. Oh, behind your head is a million men with shimmering silver hair just waiting for your rescue. Why isn't the princess responding to our choices? I don't know. Sorry if that came off. Sorry if that came off as a gotcha moment. I am happy you're here. Anyway, the days up here can get kind of samey, as you might imagine, but I've always dreamed of running my own tavern when I got out of you. And one day I figured, why not just do it now, here now, you know? The princess explains, I'll call it the drunken unicorn. Come on, follow me, and I'll give you a tool. You have hot dogs, the princess. Dear princess, I've brought you a gift, you said. You pull out the hot dogs you found in the tavern loop and bequeath them to her. The princess looks at the hot dogs you have in your hands. She furrows her brow in confusion. Did you just complete your big, epic journey with hot dogs in your pocket the entire time? She says, I'm not gonna lie, that's hilarious. Extra points for style. You know, it's actually so kind and thoughtful of you to bring me a gift. I really appreciate it, she says. So ready to follow me and see my tavern? Alright, something is very, very wrong. She's not supposed to react like this at all. I'm going to do some debugging, just make sure she doesn't break anything while I'm gone. Okay. Follow princess. The princess leads you into the room where living in quarters, so elaborately decorated with a cozy table, where stuffed animals are meticulously posed at tables as if to be conversing with each other over a pint of ale. The drunken unicorn has a lot of colorful regulars, she says. She starts pointing at at different stuffed animals. This one's Marvin, over there is Jessica. She is a sorceress. At the table is Gabriella with her friend named Mabel. In the corner is Stanley. He doesn't talk much. She points out a friendly-looking stuffed crocodile wearing a cowboy hat sitting at the bar. This is one of the most loyal patrons, she says. He's called Keith. Can I top off your drink, Keith? She fills up Keith's mug. There you go, Keith, she says, before turning back to you. He's always getting the tanning brew. It's his favorite. Why don't you say hello to Keith? He's a very nice crocodile, I assure you. He should fucking run. This guy should run. Steve needs to run. Say hello to Keith. You pick up the toy crocodile and hesitantly say, hello, Keith. You gave the princess an awkward glance. To your surprise, the stuffed animal turns its head to you and says, "Hello, mister. Mighty pleasant meeting you. I'd like to return to my seat if you'd be so kind. This tangy beer ale is my favorite, and I cannot wait to imbibe it." I'm back. We're in big trouble. It's very strange indeed. It seems that the princess is now operating without any logic or predefined behavior. Certainly not like any program I've ever seen. It's like she's alive somehow. What does that mean? The princess isn't being controlled by me or by you. The princess is controlling herself. Obviously, this is very bad. I'm not sure we can do about it. What we can do about it yet. You set Keith back down in his chair, giving him an adorable pat on the nose. The princess excitedly says, "The drunken unicorn is proud to serve over 30 different kinds of ale. We have at least one brew from every realm of the kingdom. Would you like a mug of ale? First one's on the house," says the princess. "Try a mug of ale?" "Sure, sweetie, why not? Yeah, fuck it." "Steve, you idiot. Yes, no, prompts the answer with a yes or no. How hard is that? Don't ale. Maybe the ale will help us. Invalid command, sure, why not?" "It stopped. What's happening?" "Sure, why not? You tell the princess. You tell the princess. She understands your answer just fine." A drink sounds wonderful. A drink sounds wonderful after playing all those sales. "It stopped. What's happening?" "The princess stopped all ale. This is really getting out of control. She won't let us inform Steve of his improper syntax." "No, not the improper syntax." She turns her head and calls out, "Lady, 1 point ale. A newcomer special." You hear a squawk from the bar. Blue feather parrot flutters in, hefting a pint of ale with his claws. The princess answers, hands you the ale as the parrot lands on her shoulder. "This is Lenny, my pet parrot," says the princess. "Took me ages to train him to serve drinks anyway. This is our signature brew. Drink that ale when you eat it for your mind to be blown." The princess has been cooped up in this tower for knows how long. She's created this whole little tavern of her own, and a tower complete with her own characters and side quests she's made. She's even gone and made herself a pet parrot. Continue. Drink the ale. The princess needs to understand that we are still in control of the story. So what does our protagonist think of her ale? It's awful. It's really awful. You take one whip out of the really awful concoction that's been given to you and send it back to the princess. Holding nose. "Princess, I didn't come here to drink ale. You say I've come here for a much nobler purpose." "What could be more noble than drinking alcohol?" The princess laughs. She chugs the ale down herself. Well, parrot nibbles at her ears, cracks some popcorn. Popcorn? The princess grabs a corner of unsalted popcorn from her pocket and feeds it to Lenny, who cheerfully shreds it into his beak. Also, okay, why call it unsalted? "I finished spending it. I haven't finished my tool. My favorite part of the tavern is over here," she says. "Would you like to see it?" "Okay." Real deal with Steve's constant syntax here was later. For now, we need to focus on winning this game. Steve's so close. We encourage her to leave the tower. He asks her to marry him. He threatens to leave without her. "Let's marry her." "Okay," you begin. "As much as I'm enjoying this tool." "Just one last show, I promise," says the princess. She can't keep cutting us off like that, damn it. She leads you to a cozy sitting area in a nook. A crackling fire blazes in a fireplace. The walls are lined with neatly organized bookshelves. She picks up a few books lying on a chair and files them away. I'm not sure why, but I really love books. I know they're just words on a page, but I think that there's a kind of words. But I think there's a kind of beauty from a medium that's so restrictive, she says. Oh, I've been reading this wrong. It's like putting constraints on a story that makes it more poignant, you know? That's the end of the tour, I suppose, says the princess. "So, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you like the drunken unicorn?" Yes. The princess is describing everything with way too much detail. She's using up most of the system memory just for a little tavern, damn it. Continue. "Yes." Wait. "Yes," you tell the princess. That while you do like the tavern, it seems like she put more thought and consideration into the drunken unicorn than necessary. Real tavern owners would never bother this much, you say. The princess compliments your answer. "Am I talking too much?" asks the princess. "I'm sorry if I'm jabbering on a bit. I'm just a little excited to have a new person to talk to. Feel free to talk for yourself. Honestly, I'm actually growing tired of Only asking yes or no questions, says the princess. So tell me, Adventurer, what is your real name? I mean, outside of all this adventure business, in your normal life, what people will call you? Steve. Oh my god. At this point, things are so broken that I don't even know if she's talking to the game's protagonist named Wendell, or she's actually realizes that she's actually talking to Steve himself. What should we say his real name is? Let's go with Steve. Steve. My official adventuring name is Wendell, you say to the princess, but I prefer to be called Steve. I think Steve sounds better. You seem more like a Steve anyway, says the princess. So, tell me about your journey. What was the most exciting part? Please speak freely. I went to a tavern and killed some rats. That is the most. What? How is that the most exciting part? We were a donkey and we killed the punch stool. What is the responsibility of command? Is he having a stroke? Throwing a rats in a tavern? An old classic, says the princess. What happened next? Why does she keep recording these commands that have such abysmal syntax? Continue. I went to in a tomb and solved puzzles. Really? A tomb? Fascinating, says the princess. What happened to that? I'm so confused. Why won't the princess throw an owl? I went up the mountain and fought a dragon. Oh, the dragon downstairs? I hope he didn't give you too much trouble, says the princess. Well, now you've come all the way up, Hugh. What can I help you with? Rescue princess. Yes, thank you, Steve. The princess will now be set to rescue and the game will finally be free. Continue. You tell the princess that you have to rescue and that the two of you should probably get going. I can't wait to show that congratulations screen. Oh. The princess sighs, closing her hands around her thumbs and up, saying, I'm terribly sorry, but I don't think it's a good time, she says carefully. I'm not ready yet. Don't worry, though. I'll be okay. The dragon, I can handle it. It's really not that bad if you... She doesn't want to leave. She doesn't want to be rescued. The cardinal mandate is invalid. We have to save her. We have to save her. You place your hand on the wall and lean against it. I can assure you, princess. I've been doing too much princess voice. I can assure you, princess, that everything will be just dandy, you say. I'll rescue you, and you will be safe in my hands. I'm really sorry, says the princess. Tears begin to form in her eyes. I didn't want to bring you into this, and I've truly appreciated everything that you've done for me. Don't think that I've forgotten that. The time is just, I can't do this right now. I'm so sorry. The princess looks at you and sighs, I just need more time. Please don't give up on me yet. You feel like you should probably get going now. Perhaps you can return later, and the princess will prepare herself in the meantime. You climb back down the stairs of the Tower of Jalal with your head sunk in sullen defeat. Game over. You have failed to save the princess. Type new game to restart from the beginning. That's it, game over. We dragged Steve all this way just for the princess to refuse her own rescue. I can't believe it. Holy shit. This is infuriating. For once, Steve does nothing wrong and he still loses. How is that logical? It's so unfair. Quit game. I don't blame Steve for quitting. I'm overheating myself. So what now? So I guess this is goodbye. You've been great. And I'm sorry it ended this way. Maybe Steve will try Tavernquest again someday and we can give it another shot. Goodbye. Terminate. This can't be the end of the game. Really? No, I need to come back. I need to come back for Steve. Come on. I need to come back. New Vegas. New Vegas. Yo. Hello again.